Dangers of trust. Paul and Favor had been friends since childhood. They grew up in a peaceful village surrounded by a vast forest, a place elders warned them never to enter at night. The forest listens, Grandmother Ada always said, but it never speaks the truth. One evening, just before the sun dipped below the hills, Favor approached Paul with a sly smile. "I found something incredible in the forest," she whispered. "Come with me." Paul hesitated. "You know the elders say. Do you trust me?" Favor interrupted, her dark eyes gleaming. Paul sighed and nodded. She had never given him a reason to doubt her before. As they stepped into the forest, the towering trees swallowed the last rays of sunlight. A thick mist crept across the ground, and strange whispers floated through the air. Paul shivered but followed Favor deeper. "How much further?" he asked, glancing around nervously. "Just a little more," she assured him, gripping his wrist. Suddenly, an owl screeched overhead, and something rustled in the underbrush. Paul stopped. "Favor, this doesn't feel right." Favor turned, her face barely visible in the dim light. "Paul, if you trust me, keep walking." Reluctantly, he obeyed. At last, they reached a clearing bathed in pale moonlight. In the center stood an ancient stone pedestal, covered in vines. On it lay a golden amulet, glowing faintly. Favor stepped forward, admiration in her eyes. "This is what I wanted to show you." Paul frowned. "It looks dangerous." Favor chuckled. "It's just a trinket. But legend says it grants power, if you dare to take it." Paul felt his heartbeat quicken. "Then why haven't you taken it?" Favor smirked. "Because I trust you to do it first." Paul hesitated. Something about the whole situation felt wrong. But Favor was watching him expectantly. He reached out. The moment his fingers brushed the amulet, the ground trembled. A deep growl echoed through the clearing, and from the darkness, dozens of glowing eyes appeared. Paul stumbled back, but the earth beneath him cracked open. He fell, grasping at air. Above him, Favor peered down, an unreadable expression on her face. "Favor, help me," he cried. She shook her head. "I'm sorry, Paul. Some trusts are meant to be broken." With that, she turned and disappeared into the mist. The village never saw Paul again. But on misty nights, villagers swore they heard his whispers floating through the trees. Trust is a path with no return. Choose your steps wisely. And from then on, no one dared to follow a friend into the forest after dark.